guys, Dizzy PW here with MMOHuts. We're continuing our Hi-Rez coverage of the Smite World Championships with the new mobile game, first mobile game Hi-Rez has ever done, and we have one of the OG members of Hi-Rez here to tell us all about it. Can you tell us a little bit about your history of the company and who you are?
Sure, I'm Hi-Rez Coleman. I am one of the old school employees from back in the early startup Global Agenda days, and I've been around for a long time. I'm a game designer, and I am the designer and project lead for Jetpack Fighter. And
Jetpack Fighter is going to be some random clone of an existing popular mobile game, right?
Not even close. It is totally all new, innovative, swipe-based, high-speed action competitive game for mobile. A game that you can play on the device you have in your pocket.
Okay, so that's brand new. Can you tell us what exactly all of those words mean in a more detailed way? Maybe like just like Mega Man, or what are we looking at?
So it's got the inspiration of those old classics that you and I probably grew up playing. These awesome like side-scroller platformer games with different characters and special moves and enemies and like challenge to it. And there's just there's just none of that around anymore. So we want to bring it back because it never stopped being fun. It just stopped being made. And we can make it now in a way that everybody in the world just about literally can enjoy it if they have a smartphone.
And so most of these mobile games, they have some kind of progression system going on. Do you have something you're building towards when you're playing on this game, something you can strive for?
Right. So yeah, as you're playing the game, you are unlocking a bunch of different fighters. So you have a team of fighters, and each fighter has, you know, different perks, different strengths and weaknesses. You know, statistically and other things. All fighters have a special attack as well. We call it the super, and the supers are different for every fighter. So as you're playing, you're collecting the items you need to unlock additional fighters. You're also getting components that drop from bots and blueprints that drop from missions and money, and you use that to craft new gear, upgrade your equipment. There's a lot of actually like pretty deep RPG systems in there. Like once you kind of get in, learn the basics and get going on it. So very easy to pick up and play, and you can go as far as you want.
Now, Hi-Rez is always about really competitive games. Do you have a competitive vision for this?
Absolutely. So I mentioned before, there's a speedrunning element. So the missions that you play, your goal is basically get to the end of the mission. So it's a very classic platformer, side-scroller format. And it's scored based on how accurate you are and how fast you are. So there's a bunch of bots along the way. You want to defeat those bots. And, you know, not only are they giving you loot and XP and stuff that you level up with, but they count towards your score. So, you know, we've embraced some mobile standards while also putting the game in there. We have the 3-star kind of system with the mission map, so that's your kind of bread and butter starter mode, and then you ramp into other special modes later on. But yeah, as you're playing through the standard modes, we score based on how quickly you complete them and how many bots you kill. And then some of the special modes later on that are like longer, like endless modes, those also same general idea, but you can just go longer in the checkpoint base.
And now unlocking these characters, is this you earn the currency for doing the missions, or is there some kind of story elements to it?
So it's a little bit of both. There's a couple ways to get characters. So some are just given for playing the game, doing some of the big marquee moments. When you beat the first zone on the normal difficulty, you unlock Leona, she's kind of the BFF of the main hero that you start with. And incidentally, once you unlock Leona in Jetpack Fighter, you also get Leona skin for Nemesis and Smite for free. So that's one way you can unlock fighters. There's also an elite mode, which is basically a higher difficulty version of the standard campaign map. And cards will drop from that, or discs as we call them. As we live in the future, Jetpack Fighter is a modern game, so and you can collect the discs and use those to unlock new fighters and also upgrade the tier of your current fighter up, and they get visual upgrades. So they're kind of, every fighter in the game is actually like a tiered skin, kind of like, you know, Archon Thanatos in a way. So they look cooler, their abilities get stronger, their stats get better, and you get more of them.
I gotta say, this looks like something far better than the nonsense that we've seen on mobile games for quite a while. When are our fans actually going to get to play this game?
Well, if you are an iOS user, you can play it right now. We just launched this morning in all English markets worldwide. So we're pretty excited about that. So pick it up and play it.
Hey, get into this if you're into mobile games. If you just want a sweet Smite skin, it is a very sweet Smite skin. You want to miss it. So no matter what your motivation is, this is the game you gotta try. Hi-Rez is breaking the genres once again, and I can't wait to see where they go with Jetpack Fighter. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
It's right inside your cell phone. With jetpacks and swords. Jetpack Fighter.